I'm Stephanie Pratt. I am here to tell you about my life with LD, which means learning disability. In elementary school, I was just passed on. No one really cared about me. Just move her on, someone else will take care of her. In middle school, I learned how to cope with things. I was better at studying harder and making everything click a little easier. In high school, my passion of education exploded. And I'd also like to show you some of my awards today. So there we go. There's a large spectrum of learning disabilities. There are some people that you can automatically see when they open their mouth. In my case, it's kind of harder to see. Some people just look over it. But it's more obvious when you actually sit down and try to have me read something to you or make me do a presentation. How dare you? So, yeah, that's my disability. I went to a youth leadership forum in '08 for people with disabilities. From going there, I learned that everyone's different. There's no set normal. So rather than say disability, I'd rather say different ability. I also learned that the greatest things in life are the hardest ones to achieve. And that anyone who has determination and pride in themselves can achieve greatness, such as being a professor, a doctor, or a lawyer. In elementary, I was very shy. You barely saw my head above the desk. Most of the time I was considered absent because they didn't even see me. Didn't realize I was there. I was like nobody to them. Just a person on their attendance list. I was unable to bond with any of my classmates. 9 out of 10 times, the special ed teacher would take me out of the class to enforce reading and to enforce reading. Now I'm having too much fun with it. I would miss a lot of class time, and they would put me in the corner when they were taking tests, give me a coloring book and crayons. Those two objects were my best friends those years. I thought it was the life. I was getting by with no worries. No tests, nothing at all. I really didn't learn anything in elementary. I just was never pushed to achieve anything. So that was elementary. Middle school. I hated those first couple of years. I met my now best friend, but worst enemy then. My tutor also, Mrs. Bacon, she pushed me so hard to actually achieve anything. So I owe all my awards to her. There was more inclusion classes where the actual special ed teacher would go in with the regular teacher and help everyone. There was no difference in the people that have no disability to people that do have disabilities. I really enjoyed the inclusion classes because I felt like a regular kid. I felt like I was a part of a group instead of by myself in a corner. Towards the end of my middle school career, I started joining clubs and sports. Ooh, I love the sports. Yeah, that helped me a lot to open myself to the other people in my school. In high school, my passion of education and knowledge grew dramatically. I learned to push myself to achieve greatness, and that with this push, I forced myself to obtain high honors and honors throughout my whole high school career. I joined many groups and volunteered a lot. Yeah, joined a lot of groups. I became more of a social butterfly. I would actually talk to people in the halls, not just look at my stack of books and pretend I didn't even notice them. On graduation day, I graduated with high honors and 22nd of my class. Alright, so that was just the awards. Now the conclusion. Yay. Alright, I hope this gives you a better perspective of people with different abilities. To understand that you should never judge a book by its cover. Well, thank you for watching me, even though it's kind of like all jittery. And I'd like to thank Professor John Professor John. There we go. I'd like to thank him for letting me do this by video. I'd also like to thank my cameraman, Lewis. There we go, done.